Let's do it.
I'm going to hit that stream button. I still am not entirely sure why I hit the stream button after the record button. Nevertheless, what's going on, guys? We are here. We are back. We are doing it. It's time to wrap up, probably. In Pale Mountain Shadow, part number 2 of Doomsday Dawn, the Pathfinder playtest adventure. Before we begin, Anthony, you're not here, so it's that guy right there. So that I'm pointing at him. It's Matthew. He is Jared today, in addition to the almighty Chewy. So Anthony, thank you for your patronage. Justin, thank you for your patronage. Robin, thank you for your patronage. Pretty much everybody's not at the house right now. So one of us is in Greece because one of us is cooler than everyone else, and the other one doesn't have his normal setup. So we're joined today by me, Matt, and two random Google Hangouts avatars.
Faceless shadows.
And two faceless stalkers have joined the party. They'll turn into rats because they'll cheat, like I had him cheat in Lost Star, so they can get behind the party and murder the alchemist, and then his schedule will change. Anyway, Sam, I'm not trying to throw shade. If you're watching, your schedule probably changed. I understand how that works. Please still hang out. I miss not just Kovacs, but also Sam. Anyway, I'm rambling. Well, let's get back to it. We are at the Tomb of Tular Seft. We're going to put a Zendarin in real quick, because Zendarin does show up pretty much as soon as that water elemental eats it. You guys hear the sounds of the poor little guy huffing and puffing and panting, and I'm not trying to rag on Justin. At this point, I think I have enough call to rag on the character.
I think I've suffered enough, though. Like, me personally.
Fair.
He's a massive icon.
He is. It has been rough for Zendarin.
Like, where have you been? Oh yeah, there was some quicksand, I don't know.
He has a fear of quicksand, which is extremely justified. Has sight, but has low light vision. He does. He's controlled by Zendarin Justin. Give me that back. There we go. Alright, Justin, you should have sight and control of your man.
Okay, and I should have my camera working. Voila.
And,
Voila.
maybe? I don't know. I'm watching on Twitch. Yep, there you are. I see you.
See ya.
You did it. I'm proud of you. You've done it.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Dragon Claw, you now have control of our cleric as well.
Okay.
I will, I'll roll for him, but I'm gonna put Tugar under control of Zendarin also. So I can move things secretly.
Everything is. Oh, wait, no. Now I can see stuff.
Haha!
Pitch black for a second there.
Oh.
That might be because you have line of sight through Tugar.
Oh.
Because you don't emit light with that low light vision, but you have sight. Because, yeah, the whole squad had dark vision or light or a flaming sphere to follow around for the last part. Anywho,
Nice.
you guys have slain an earth elemental and a water elemental, and you have two teeny tiny little gems that their bodies kind of like mashed down into upon their death. And the floor is yours once again.
I think we should go to that one room again where all that
Mhm.
stuff is. And see
The way how the elementals have turned into the gems that we need, I kind of think that we should really try to pull fire and air elemental from that pool of lava, because I'm not diving into a pool of lava to get some gem.
no.
The druid doesn't have the wild shape to survive it. Oh man, that coffee went down the wrong pipe. I'm gonna be hacking for like 10 minutes now. Also, you guys know now that Zendarin is here, it's possible to cheat the puzzle with a thievery check. No one felt brave enough to do it, but now that
what?
Zendarin... Yeah,
Hey, I'm useful.
you did it!
I'm not here to die for once.
No, you are.
Well,
10 manticores.
Always.
Everywhere.
Oh dear.
Well,
Manticores aren't scary in this part of the dungeon, though, because there's like a ceiling.
So,
well, you can give it a shot, but that door might be trapped.
there's a way for me to detect traps, right? I'm a rogue.
It's a perception check, and then trap sense gives you a buff to it, so technically everyone could see it. Technically, you walk past, you saw the trap had been triggered as you walked into the tomb, but there was a trap on the front door. Gerard figured that out the hard way.
Yeah.
Let's see. So just perception.
Yeah. From where you're standing, you'd get what you'd see though. You would need to move further into the dungeon. You need to get to the place.
Yeah, I think we're totally pretty much like back near the entrance, right? Because that's
right.
where the cavern was.
Mm-hmm. Remember, Justin, you have. I'll roll for Tugar, but you have control of his token.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
Bringing up Tugar.
All right, we got a 14 on perception. So you begin moving through these halls. It's pretty dark. You don't really hear a whole lot of much. It's pretty quiet compared to especially how it was outside. You definitely walk past the broken bodies. They were in one piece. The charred bodies of a minotaur and several gnolls. Because it turns out when everyone fumbles the save, it's bad. Fireball hurts, is what we learned last session.
Okay.
But you don't really see much with that. There's two paths, and the rest of the squad could tell you that that's just a big circle that goes around that room in the center.
So I don't see much. Then I'm gonna walk on in and
Alrighty.
bring Tugar with me because he has light. Actually, I think I can safely assume Tugar would lead the way. He's been like a charge sort of.
Everybody but you, has been through here. So you guys know, and through you guys, Zandarin knows that you go through here, right yonder. There's a fire elemental and an air elemental. You speculate that killing them will cause them to turn into
the other stones we're gonna need.
Correct. But that room is. I said it last session. I'll say it again. It's kind of like. Fans of Yu Yu Hakusho will understand the fight work where Kuwabara has to fight Byakuya. It's like it's a giant bowl with no platform in the center and there's lava at the bottom and just like one platform. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember Yu Yu Hakusho. This sounds vaguely familiar and like a death trap.
When the redheaded guy had to fight the giant tiger monster.
Yes.
There you go. That's the best anime, by the by. Anyway,
Hiei was my dude, man. Like I love that guy.
I had a samurai for a while named Hiei in Three Dragons.
Nice.
Not as short, but it is what it is. Anywho, going farther up this way gets you to a couple of shut doors and the puzzle that's trying to be solved right now that Zandarin might be able to just outright cheat.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm always down for cheating. That's what I do. Am I going the right way?
Yes, you are.
God. Oh, dynamic lighting is so fun.
Dynamic lighting is fun, especially when there's no grid to snap it to. So sometimes you see some things. Anyway, Zandarin, make me another perception check. Zandarin. Well, I guess everyone can.
Okay. Then I'll roll for me, and you want to roll for Tugar?
Yes, sir. Let me pop open the module. Because that's important. That's where we are. Okay. 21, 22. That's solid all around.
Let me look at the clerics.
Hey.
Gerard starts thinking about what his perception is. Okay, so I'll just reread this again for Justin's sake. A strange hallway separates an ornate stone door. I think I fumbled that as well last time. On the western wall, from a circular room to the east. The door has no latch or lock and depicts a sagacious man in relief. He wears a robe and holds a book and quill across his chest. Golden accents inset in the stone give him a sense of majesty, but his eyes are gone, gouged out of the stone and filled with a tarry black paint. The circular room has a low ceiling and 4 concentric circles on the floor around a dais in the center. Each of these circles features a glowing object or phenomenon within its ring. The outermost emits an orange flame from a small spout. The next ring has a protrusion, a translucent purple stone that glows faintly. The third ring is inset with a small circular basin that shines with green light from below the water. The innermost ring includes a small vent that pours forth vapor shot through with white light. The dais inside the fourth ring supports a complex device of brass atop a metal pole covered in dials and complex runes. More importantly, let me see if you did the thing.
You still have to roll for
Tugar. Yeah, I do. I'm just gonna throw a d20 down. It's a matter of if he fumbles, which he didn't. Robin, you've rolled an 11, and you add stuff, and it's basically the same. People had passed stuff. Okay, so based on those perception checks, you guys all can work out that placing an elemental gem, like a gem that comes from those elementals of the same theme as the elements from like what you're looking at, will probably solve the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Zendarin thinks he could try to sabotage them. Because, like, the whole, like, the floor, the plinths themselves, there's a bunch of hieroglyphs all over them. You might not understand them, but you have a working knowledge of, like how to make a dead-end equation. Basically break the code.
Would it make the check easier if we already have half of them? Because he only needs to fumble with the other half?
That does track, yeah.
Okay. Then so we have earth and water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we can put in those already.
Okay.
So you only need to fake 2 of those.
Okay.
So
So
check.
you guys place the gems into this one here and this one here, because I assume everyone's got a decent head on their shoulders and can easily look at those and be like, earth, wind, fire, water. It's not hard. And when you do so, several of the runes that you see on these various statues begin to pulse, and they glow while some others fade.
Okay.
You assume that's
I think-
a good thing that you've done.
I assume
Okay.
we don't need to be Huey level intelligent to figure stuff like that out.
Yeah.
Well, while the rogue is trying to figure that stuff out, I think Tuga should probably pull out his stuff of minor healing and maybe check his spell slots to see if he can get himself some HP back. Because if I remember correctly, I should be at 40 out of 68.
That is correct. You are down some hit points.
So what do you want me to roll for sabotaging this?
That is a thievery check.
Thievery check.
Don't you dare fumble that.
I would.
Famous last
I-
words.
If I do fumble it, I'm going to remind you all that I told you to kill this character. I promise you.
So did Robin wanted to cast heal? Am I understanding that correctly using his staff?
Yes.
All right, so that's
I actually don't know how many spell slots I have left.
I'm not sure either. I can't, looking at the sheet, I can't really tell. Looks like you've got your cantrips all have prep checked off, and then 1 heal is checked, but all of your level 2 and level 3 spells are not checked. So does that mean you have 1 spell slot left, do you think?
Might be. I think we went into the tomb after the fight with the
The gnolls and stuff?
yeah. I'm not sure. I think I used spells there, so I think I was down a lot of spells.
Okay, so if I'm reading this sheet right, it looks like you've got all your cantrips, but 1 level 1 spell.
So if they're checked, that means they've been used.
That's what I'm seeing. Or no, what I'm seeing is if they're checked, that means he has them prepped, because
Okay.
well, regardless, let's see. Ooh, we have a check. Okay, 21, thievery. All right.
That was for this air one.
Okay, the air one is unnecessary. The air one has been deciphered, so has the earth one with the 2 gems.
Oh. Okay. Wait, I thought it was water and earth that were deciphered.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I lied. You're right. You got it.
Okay.
All right, the 21 is just barely good enough. Zendarin is able to...
Thank God we did half of the work already.
Yeah. So, actually, I lied. It's okay, yeah, no, I got it right. So that takes it takes a while. Zendarin, as you go to start deciphering it, you're pretty sure you figured it out. But you're also pretty sure that it's gonna take a lot longer than like going to fight those elementals. You guys know you're on a clock. You guys know it's been like 5.5 days. You're pretty well ahead, and as long as you don't dilly-dally too hard... Actually, I think it was 6.5. The Night Heralds arrive at... Okay, yeah, you guys are at 6.5 days. I had it in my head they arrived at 7. They arrive at 9. You're very far ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
That's what I want to say. I think like several days ahead of
Then
them.
we are gonna not take that bait and go fight and possibly have things go wrong.
It does come down to where you want to use your resources, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to patiently work my way through. And do I successfully get? Am I done with this air?
Yes. The air one is complete. There's a bunch of imagine, if you will, we were just talking about Fallout. It's like when you're at a terminal and you know how you can go to the where the gobbledygook has like a parenthetical here, and you can select that and it will remove a dud, right? You know what I'm talking about? I didn't know that was a thing in Fallout until like 2016, and I've been playing since 3. Yeah. So that was a huge revelation for me. Regardless, that's.
I am just so happy that it has finally paid off that I picked a rogue, because I have not gotten to be do roguish stuff my entire time. I've been dying or knocked off cliffs,
accurate,
or have to fight invisible manticores.
So
Zendar is not letting anyone go fight the elementals because this is his moment.
All right, make that thievery check, my friend.
Yes,
you got this, and that's even better. Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. There's all of the 4 elemental things. Several of the runes have gone away. Several of them continue to glow. Nothing changes in the room, but it kind of imagine, if you will, it's as if starting the puzzle. If that's about as clear as mud to everyone. Some runes are glowing, some runes have gone away. You imagine, like, putting the gems in would have started it up the right way, but essentially we've hot-wired 2 cars and put 2 keys in 2 other cars.
Nice.
And congratulations, Zendarin, you've been relevant. You did it.
I did it. I can go home to Kyonin, a proud elf.
Oh, yes.
And brag about something. My one thing.
Also, between sessions, I noticed that I had guidance all along.
Good job, Baku. It's the best cantrip. So I'm putting these green X's on. That's not really an X, but play pretend. This is a tabletop role-playing game. We're all obviously good at play pretend. Those are the emblems that Zendarin has manipulated.
So is there is the door opening?
Nothing's changed except the puzzle appears to be active.
Okay. So we still have to solve the puzzle?
Right.
I'm
sorry, what was that, Robin?
I just said maybe we still need to align them or something. Just activating them isn't all that is to opening the door.
That seems to be accurate, yeah.
It does look like it spins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I can't see it currently, but I remember that it was rings, and they were at different positions on those rings. So maybe they need to be aligned or something similar.
Maybe Chewie can roll a smarts check to figure this out.
Chewie has the option to roll 3 different smarts check or something.
Yeah.
Because they're 3 to do it.
The wizard is almighty. All right, Chewie, what you gonna do, bud? It falls to you.
I'm thinking this could be Arcana, because these are clearly magic runes.
Yeah.
And then lay out something.
Okay,
so I have occultism I'm trained in. I can roll that.
Okay. Occultism is good. Arcana is good. Both are good. What I need to know which you are rolling at. Does that make sense? Okay. Like Chewie has rolled a 14. Does the 14 target earth, water, fire, or air?
Oh. I'm going to go with water because we've already got the gem in that one.
Okay. I understand. Chewie, you go to the water emblem, you look at it, you try to Arcana, and you know that you're on the right track, but you can't quite figure it out. You realize you touch some of the runes, they begin to glow a little brighter, and Chewie's smart enough, he can figure out that it's probably touching them in a certain order is what you need to do, but the runes they're not written in a particular language, they're just symbols, and Chewie gets the wrong order.
Are there can you use nature?
I think
Nature's good,
elemental thingy?
He could do that.
I'm guessing like so it must be the every one of them is on a different ring. So I'm gonna just start off with air. I'm gonna roll occultism to see if I can figure out how this like because I'm guessing if we activate them in sequence of like how far out they go, that might be. I mean, that's the most obvious guess, but I'm rolling with it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start on air. This is occultism.
The
Another
occultism is just barely good enough for Zendarin because Zendarin's gone through the air one and he's hit the brackets and he's killed the duds. So Zendarin's pretty aware of what is what and he touches everything in the right order and it begins to shimmer and glow and it does in fact rotate. The air emblem rotates counterclockwise, lining up between this door over here and the dais. So it ends up right there.
Perfect. All right. Shui, try it now.
Okay. We all in arcane.
Okay. That's an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've tried Arcana. You try to, you think you could sit there and think about it for a little while. But by a little while, it'd probably take about an hour or so to, actively sit there and think about what you did wrong. Yeah. Now, that said, you could try something like a nature check or a religion check. Those checks are fine.
Let's Tuga do a nature check on the water one, too.
Alrighty, Tugar rolls in nature, Tugar adds... Tugar has a Hand of the Mage in his inventory, I didn't realize. Well done. Tugar adds 9 to his nature check, so here's hoping I don't just botch this.
It's probably beautiful.
Oh, I rolled a 3. Tugar has no idea. I'm sorry.
This water is not nature.
This water isn't real. Bah! The 16 isn't any better. Unfortunately.
Can I come over here and do occultism?
That you may. You also think you could probably... Never mind, the 20's good enough. I was going to say you could hit it with a thievery check, but... Zendarin comes in, and as Tugar and Shui are both just staring at this thing, scratching their heads, Zendarin just pop, 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 hits the right plinths, and counterclockwise it goes right yonder to face the door. 2 down.
All right. I'm going to the earth one next.
Okay.
And cultism.
Man, I'm happy that the rogue is so useful this time around.
Yeah, rogue's killing it. The 17 is not good enough though, Zendarin. It's really close, but not quite.
Okay. Then switching, you said I could use thievery?
You could use thievery to try to shut off some of the duds. I hear Matt wants to roll thievery religion for Gerard.
Yeah.
Okay, make it happen.
That's the earth one, right?
I was saying, has fire been done yet since I was saying about...
No, we gotta do them in sequence.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a brain fart.
It is what it is. So, okay, the 21 is good enough on the earth. As Zendarin tries to figure out, he can't quite get it. He stops thinking with his spooky brain, and he starts thinking with his thievery brain, and he begins switching from occultism to thievery, and Gerard just comes behind and just pop, 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 and it too rotates, leaving just the fire one.
I'm just getting out my thieves' tools, and then it starts moving, and I'm like, oh,
pretty much.
All right, and then I'm gonna walk over to the fire one, and I'm gonna do my thief stuff on this thing because I already hotwired it.
Is there?
And
a 25 is good enough. It rotates. As that happens, the stone doors to your west grind open. Everybody, make a perception check.
An initiative one? Or
not an initiative one. Not quite. I gotta roll that for Robin. I forgot.
A perception check is a scary thing now.
It is.
I don't know if I like that.
I mean, I gotta say, it's not that different.
There's a lot of stuff in that room, guys.
There's a lot of stuff in that room.
Most
why is there so much stuff in that room?
You can roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling the cleric's perception here.
So that's a 6 for Robin. Okay. 1d20. You haven't rolled a 6, your mod is 6. You've rolled a 21. Okay. So it's 21, 24, 24, 25. Okay, so you guys open the door.
Should be a +7 because I'm level 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's a 22. Alrighty. Door opens.
It's 3.
Glowing hieroglyphs shimmer on the walls of this oddly shaped room. Now and then, one of the hieroglyphs shimmers and changes, or it even vanishes altogether, while new glowing glyphs manifest elsewhere, where none were previously. Slowly rotating, circular diagrams are interspersed with these glowing runes. Along the wall lean the rigid, immobile shapes of several mummified human bodies, the mechanism by which the dead remain upright not immediately apparent. Portions of the room appear unfinished, with building materials still cluttering the corners, and another body floats limply near the center of the far room. It doesn't look mummified like the others, and its long hair dangles limply. Can anyone in the party read or speak Ancient Osiriani?
No.
Okay.
Tugar
Sugar didn't.
only to Druidic and
Like
Common.
Sylvan, I think. Yep, Common and Druidic, that's what you got.
Yeah, I don't know. Druidic is the secret language, right?
Yep,
So
that is.
I
Sylvan.
speak Elvish.
Doesn't help
Is
you.
Osiris based in ancient Elvish?
It is not. It is not. It is not. Chewy,
well-
can you read Ancient Osiriani?
Yes.
Okay,
I
then
got the language skill.
nice. In that case, make me a perception check, just Chewy. As you do this, as it becomes, there it is. I was gonna say, as it becomes readily apparent that only Chewy gets this, Tugar comes over, puts his hand on your shoulder. No, he turns into a bird and he high fives you, and then turns back into an orc. Robin knows why. And who doesn't want to move into the room? Actually, I should say.
Before moving into the room, I would like to finish my healing things.
Is there? So we'll roll 5. Oh, it's heightened to 2. We'll roll 4d8 plus 1. I think, is that right?
I think it's +2.
+2?
Because it's based on my wisdom bonus.
Okay. So 28 is how many hit points you get back, which I think is just enough.
That's what I need.
You
All
did
right.
it. So Tugar goes
I'm
into the room.
ready to get rooms.
Alrighty. Zendar and Chewy. Chewy, to make that check, you would need to move into the room.
Okay. Like into this.
I feel like I see a lot of mummies in this room.
There are a lot of mummies in
Yeah.
there, but they're not moving. They appear to be
they
just
have icons.
It has tokens. Be afraid of it. Okay, so when Chewy moves into the room, he makes that perception check, and he reads Ancient Osiriani. So Chewy realizes that everything, like all these hieroglyphs on the walls that are moving around and changing and disappearing and stuff, they represent numbers. And with that perception check, you're able to determine that all of the numbers all across this massive room represent a single enormous number that appears to be in the process of counting down.
Yeah.
The wall is too damaged, and also a lot of this room is incomplete. So the countdown is kind of faulty. So it's pretty impossible to determine when the countdown began or what or when it's counting down to. And with that perception check, other things happen. Okay, so you can tell, Chewy, that the man hanging in the room appears to still be alive. He's some kind of frozen, as if like suspended in time/space, and he doesn't seem to be aware of you guys, but several of the mummies in the room, as you guys move in, do in fact spring to unlife.
Oh!
This one, and can I get... I want Zendarin to do it, because Zendarin has had the best rolls. Can you roll me a d6? And he's rolled a 4, so let's have 4 extra mummies, because you guys have leveled. It's supposed to be 4, but the party's a level too high. The amount of level in this party is too high. Several of these dudes spring to unlife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 2 more.
I was just about to say, what if we just what if I just put a dagger and like through every one of the mummy's hearts, just in case. Like, I mean, I know it might be rude and desecrating remains, but just in case they happen to be evil and coming to life to eat us.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Oh dear.
So
Do it.
we got a 16 for Zendarin. I shouldn't have cleared the initiative. That was stupid of me. Shui has a 15. Gerard has a number that's yet to be revealed. Tugar, I'll roll in a second. And mummies.
It's actually possible to guidance yourself for that.
There's not enough time for this one. So Zendi's got a 16. Shui's got a 15. A 26 from Gerard. That's relevant. That's another reason why I'm okay with throwing this many monsters at you. Tugar adds 7 and gets a 20. The mummies also add 7, but get an 18. So
Yes.
Gerard is first.
Okay.
And everything with a blue dot on it is hostile.
Okay. Channel
Yeah.
I can't see the map right now, but shouldn't we be able to bottleneck them?
The door going back the way you guys came is 20 feet wide. So you could.
Okay,
But you would need to use
that's
Chewie as a
possible.
body. Because there's 4 squares there. It could go around.
I'd like to channel energy as him though.
Yeah, no, that's relevant. Sure.
Oh.
3 actions?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Catalog of creatures. Let me grab some mummies here. There's 8 of them. No, we got this. They're all gonna explode. So what do I roll over that when you channel energy with 3 actions?
I find on his character sheet.
I believe it's will saves, I think. I forget though. I have the rulebook open. Cleric.
I forget, just says channel energy on the character sheet. It doesn't say what the save is. I have to look in the book.
This is what happens when we have to share character sheets. Where is it? Feats. No, we want spells. Spells is the thing we need. And spell descriptions, and it's heal. H is for heal. Harm is not the spell. That will help them to feel better. Heal is... There we go. The same effect as the 2-action version, but it targets all living and undead creatures in the burst and reduces the amount of healing or damage to your spellcasting ability modifier. So it's only going to do his wisdom, and it's that should be right there. Let's deal that amount. Number of actions. Is there not a save? I guess there's not a save. It says the same. Okay, no, it's 4 saves. It's 4 saves. So all of those dudes are going to make 4 saves real quick. Fire bursts through the room. Not the bad fire, the ceremony fire, the good fire. Fire that hurts people. What's my DC, Joey?
Bad people.
Praise Siren Ray.
So that'd be going off his spell.
Should be like 19, I think.
Let me check.
Probably.
Since
I
there's
think
so
it's
many of
level.
them, I'm throwing dice down, and I'll add the mods. If it's his level plus his wisdom, it's 15 plus... What's his wisdom score?
Oh,
I'll look at it at page 1.
not 4. I assume. Maybe.
Chewie, what
It's
is...
a 4.
It's so, then that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He's trained, so it's DC 20. My 4th save is plus that. So the 17 and the 19 pass, but the other 6 take 4 damage.
Okay.
And that was all 3 of your actions. I will assign 4 damage to some dudes. Then it will go to Tugar. Let me really quickly... 4, 5. A couple of the mummies were able to shake it off, but most of them, they're like bits of their bandages catch fire and burn away. And Tugar, what are we doing?
Tugar does their things.
What's he do? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. I'm looking at his sheet.
Bear things.
Does bear
He,
things? Turns into a bear.
yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yes. Well, I'm probably not close enough to any one of those things right now.
You are
I
5
think.
feet away from 2 of them. A couple of
Oh,
them
so
are right
I'm
next to
within
you.
range to hit them?
You are.
Well, then use that last action to attack.
Alrighty, we're attacking.
Should
What are we
have
at?
a +10.
At a plus 10?
should be.
Fair enough. I'm glad you know your mods.
Yeah.
Here we go. You've rolled a 21.
Well, it says on the spell.
Oh, fair.
It says on the spell that yeah.
You've rolled, you've hit, then it's a d10 plus strength, is that right?
No, it's 2d8 plus 5 because
Two.
that's also what it says.
Gotcha. So you hit for 14 damage.
That's the damage that I do when I bite at the bear.
Gotcha. And you bite a chunk out of this mummy's leg. It's not looking good. But now it's their turn. Shambling to unlife.
I'll be
What can they do? They only have that one thing. That kind of... Oh, well. They'll die real fast. They're definitely creature level 2, so they're not that scary. Moving into position to flank you guys. What's my speed? 20 feet? And these guys, well, they're mummies. What do you expect? So...
Yeah.
They go right there, and that one doesn't have to move. Is there a square there? There is. That door has been dissolved into nothing. So these guys all rapidly surround you. There's 4 of you and 8 of them, so I'm going to target each player twice. With 2 attacks.
Remember that I now have 10 temporary hit points.
Yep, 10 temporary hit points are important. Now, I seem to remember that...
78.
Do we all? Wait, no, just you have temporary hit points.
Right. Man, if Wild Shape passed it out to everybody, that's nuts. Actually, you know, I think... Actually, if you were to archetype into Cleric as a Wild Druid... I know this isn't what we're supposed to be talking about right now, but I realize...
Min-maxing for fun and profit!
All day! So, hold up. Healing Hands at a verbal casting... Okay, so it only works when you cast Heal, because there's something that says you can, like, increase the healing of stuff, and... When you cast the heal spell to heal a single creature, you regain hit points. Damn it, they thought of that. I was going to say if the temporary hit points hit you and then you can pass them to others. That's value. But let's just beat up on Zendarin.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What else is new?
12 to hit Zendarin.
Does not hit.
The mummy swings and flails past you. 10 probably is not the best either. Attacking Tugar, I have a 26 and a 26, which I think both connect.
They do. My AC as a bear is 22.
Alrighty. So that means I do 2d8 plus 8 from 2 attacks. So grand total of 17 points of damage are assigned at Tugar. Tugar has to make...
That should put me at 51.
You got it. Tugar has to make 2 fortitude saves. And their DC, that you add... Oh, you add stuff.
I just remember that I forgot to change my saves based on my level.
Yeah, I see that. So it looks like 18 Constitution. Damn, that's a lot of con. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like you add 10. So I'm just going to throw down 2 d20s. And you need to get... Okay, so you pass one save, fail the other. As the mummies hit you, you can shake off the first one, but the second one, as it hits you, like... It feels weird. You tingle, kind of, a little. Other than that, nothing happens. And now it's time to attack Gerard. I have a 24 to hit Gerard. I have a 23 to hit Gerard.
Okay, let me check his AC. His AC is 22, so yeah.
Haha. All right. Grand total of 14 points damage from 2 attacks. Make 2 fort saves.
Okay. His fort is... Okay.
Well, as a free action, Tuga will... Well, actually, I can't talk, right? I'm a bear.
You can make bear noises. A 26 and a 20 both
Does anyone
pass.
speak bear?
I nod with my head to one of them. You might think that I want to tell you we should focus fire.
Fair enough. All right. Chewy,
Wait,
19 and
attack
16.
One individually? Is that what you just said? Thank you.
I have a 28,
do that.
so no.
Yeah, I said put them all at 1 HP and then switch to the next.
All right, Zendarin, you're on.
Okay. Which one are we focus firing?
The most
That's
damage
one
has
that
been
doesn't
assigned
fight
here.
taken out of it.
Okay, that guy.
He's not 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, he's a bit out of stabbing range. I'm gonna go with the guy right in front of me. Cause I'm a
Alrighty.
rebel. And
You tell him.
yeah. Some guy. I got my rapier out. Gonna try to step.
Boom!
Yes! First time.
You did it. I have no immunity to critical hits. Yeah, you got him. You nailed him. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I get to do.
Don't you also have a magic weapon?
Yes, I do have a deadly weapon. This rapier is a.
It is, isn't it?
Remind me what a deadly weapon does.
I'm looking. Hold up. I forget. RAPIER. And search.
+1 to damage.
I think that's like 1 extra die.
So a rapier is deadly D8. Is that weapon magical, or is it just a rapier?
It is a +1.
So it's a +1. Normally it would do 2d6, but you're a deadly D8 weapon. So the damage is instead of 4d6, it's I gotta double check it because I don't want to say too many dice here on the stream.
Don't say too many dice, please.
On a critical hit, the weapon adds a weapon damage dice of the listed size. It increases to 2 dice. So it's what's happened is you've critically hit. So it's 4d6 plus double your dex plus 1d8.
4d6.
The D8 doesn't get doubled by
It does not.
Plus double my dex.
That's still a lot of.
That's a lot of hurt. Okay.
It's some hurt.
Now I actually feel good for giving you that magic weapon.
Now, okay, so that's 18, and I get a D8. Is the D8 plus anything?
It is not. It's just extra damage on top.
I'll take it.
For an
Come
extra
on, roll high.
23. That's Jordan.
duly noted. The mummies. I mean, it's a mummy. What happens is, as it's leaning forward, you stab up with your rapier through the nose, and there was a little bit of brain left, and out it comes. The mummy twitches and convulses, still lurching at you, but not feeling the best. And that's how mummification works.
Yep, they pull out the brain through the nose.
With +1 rapiers. Anywho, Zendarin's got 2 more actions.
So I can go try to hit him again, right?
You certainly may.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Rapier also should be agile, so that's only, I assume.
Rapier should be agile. It's gotta be, right?
Mm.
Let me double check. The rapier is deadly D8, disarm, and finesse. It is not agile. So
Okay.
That's so weird.
So we've got it's not a 23 because your mod goes down by 5. So
Oh, okay.
so
18.
So an 18 to hit does hit.
Nice.
Let me get this.
Come on, finish it off.
At all?
The damage doesn't go down. It's just D6 plus Dex because it is a finesse weapon. So
Cool.
9 points of damage.
Come
Alrighty.
on.
He's not dead, but he's not looking good. You stab in, pull out, and then like slash across where like that should kill a living humanoid. You slash across like its throat, and a little bit of like dust like out of it, but it's still kicking.
I hate zombies.
Mommy,
Oh, same diff.
you're so undead, just whatever. It's like racist, but for undead.
Crowism?
Just stab the thing.
Yeah.
D20 plus nothing if you want to make a third attack.
D20 plus nothing? We'll see.
An 8 misses, but does not fumble. It's close. You lean forward a little too far for the third attack, and you kind of like trip a little, but it's not enough that you might fall or something. Chewie. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
You see, Zendarin pretty well messes up the one in front of him. It's just kind of held together by bandages at this point because mummy. But
AoE damage.
at the top of Chewie's turn, I will note, because it's relevant, stuff, Doomsday Dawn is what we're playing. Where is you? How is happening? The man who's floating in the center of the room is 10 feet off the ground, 10 feet above the ceiling. So you're not sure what's going on there, but it didn't animate to attack you. Chewie realizes he might be real careful where he puts that fireball.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I may recast a fire orb.
Yeah,
That give me more control.
that is definitely a thing. So I'm hearing cast Flaming Sphere.
Yes.
All right, that provokes 2
Yeah.
attacks of opportunities from that. I'm kidding. The mummies do not have reactions. Okay, duly noted.
Right there.
Can you imagine if Knowles didn't have it, but the mummies are legit enough to lean forward and slap around at you? I think I'm making
undead are known for being like quick and like reflexive.
I've got a 12 on my reflex save. I can't use Zendarin as my face. What am I? Who's the fireball? I don't know. Let's use that fire elemental. You know what? Let's go grab him. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, not much, Tommy. I'm just hanging out over here. And bam.
Yeah, poor fire elemental getting ignored.
Yeah, you guys didn't even go kill him. All right, so I've got a 12 on my reflex save, Chewie. I believe that fails but doesn't fumble.
It fails, but it doesn't fumble.
Alrighty, give me some damage.
Alright, let me check the damage here again. Okay, got it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think you could move it on the turn where you summon it.
Right.
I can't move it all the time that I summon.
16. Okay, yeah, it takes 16. Actually, you know what? Hold up. I think I saw a thing. Okay, yeah. So when you hit this thing with fire, Chewie, it goes up like a torch. It just that 16 is actually 26 points of damage. It's weak to fire.
Nice.
The mummy
Nice.
catches fire. Nothing mechanical happens, but it's like the whole thing just goes up.
Now we just need that flaming mummy to hug one of the other mummies.
Just
and
have
like,
it
they can
fumble into the next mummy, and it becomes like Barfarama just with flaming death mummies.
By the way, which one did you hit? Did you hit one of the injured ones?
The one he hit had taken no damage so far. The one right in front of his face, basically. Everyone's pretty much attacking the thing right in front of him. Anywho,
all of our hit points are at risk, okay? We all gotta deal with the guys chopping at us.
It's
Yeah.
okay, I hit it over to you.
flaming. Oh my god, I hit caps lock trying to type flaming, and it flaming. I just want to see how many actions that was. I think that was all 3.
Oh wait, yeah, it's all 3.
Is it all 3? Let me take a looky-loo here. Yeah. It's 2. It's not 3.
It's what?
It is 2. You have one more action.
Oh, sweet.
You can move because that reduces the number of actions they have if they have to move to attack you.
That is true.
Yeah,
But by moving, you
yeah.
can easily tell Chewie that if they don't go after you, like it's. I know Robin can't see this, so I have to be super descriptive. It's kind of like in Fellowship of the Ring in Moria with all those goblins surrounding the party. That's you guys right now, but you can go back. But doing so will open up. Like I could move in and surround Zendarin if Chewie were to move, or Tukar, or Gerard. It may be time. Be brave with your one action.
I want to move. How far can I move? Right to here,
Up to your
or-
speed. That door is no
feel-
longer there. You can move wherever you wanted up to your speed. You just want to step back?
Yeah.
All right, Gerard.
Just hide under the bear or something.
Just duck under him.
Okay. He's going to cast. What's it called?
I mean, you
Burning
might
Hands.
Burning hands? Okay.
doing
Nice, that's an AoE.
That's an
A
AoE.
cone.
The GM's going to look at that AoE real quick.
It's a cone.
Oh, it is a 15. I thought it was a cone.
Yeah, it's a cone.
Burning hands is a 15-foot
yeah,
cone. Okay, so if Chewie could please draw, well, Chewie, if Matt, who is playing as Gerard, could draw on the board the 15-foot line where he wants to cast it.
Oh, it's a line.
Well, the 15, like 2 lines to make the cone, is what I mean.
Oh, 2 lines.
Yeah.
then I think I want to try to go for that then.
Okay, that works. You can definitely hit those 3. I just need to make sure you weren't cooking the guy. I have a reflex save. Your DC is 20. I think we established. Because 10 plus 5 is 15. Your mod is 4, and you're proficient with the casting, so it's up by 1. So the first one fails. That one hits it right on. That one. So I've got 1 pass and 2 fails. The one in the middle is the one that passes.
Okay. So let me.
That's about average.
Yes, not bad.
That's good.
Looks like
Is there any damage? Do I have wisdom to damage with this spell? Or...
you do not. It's just 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
Of course, they're going to take a lot more because they're weak to
Yeah.
it. They're going to go up like candles. That is enough to, I think. Okay. I would like Chewy to please flavor that kill. The one on Gerard's, the one where the flaming sphere is, that's enough to finish it off.
Nice.
No,
It just
fire is
catches
really
on
good.
fire and then it starts falling apart as the bandages or whatever they're called start burning and turn to black as he turns into.
And the creature is in fact destroyed. That was 2 of your actions. The other mummies don't look happy.
I'm going to attack.
Okay.
Right, I'm still in draw mode. Hang on. Let me get the pointer.
Well, you can attack. Burning Hands does not have the attack trait, so you won't take a -5. You can swing your scimitar with no fear.
No fear. Got it.
The Serenite better not show fear. That's anathema. These guys are. Well, I don't know how Serenite feels about mummies that are guarding a tomb. They're not. Probably bad. Whatever. We can debate the semantics later. Just kill a thing. That's what we have Discord for.
Yep, that's what we got. Discord.
All right, a 9. You gotta add more than 4, right?
It has a 4 by it.
All right, hold up. I have Gerard's sheet as well. He's gotta add more than, because he's level 5. He should add at least 5, and he's using his strength. He has 18 strength. So okay, so what? The ability is 4, but it's a total of 10. So instead of a 5, you have a 15, which does miss. Just barely glances off the side of the mummy's like mouth as it leans forward, doing no damage. Tugar, what are we doing? Now, Tugar is at the top of Tugar's turn. I should note there are 5 mummies in your threat range. Though Zendarin couldn't reach the one you just bit, you can reach the one that he stabbed and is looking like it's gonna fall apart.
Robin.
Did Robin die?
Was he eaten by mummies?
Yeah, he's about to be. Robin, Achtung! It's the only word I know in German, really. It's relevant. I'm assuming he's dead. Okay, but the power is vested in me by Paizo Productions and the player who said bought him. I am, in fact, going to... Tugar realizes that guy's missing a piece of him, so he's going to reach out and he's going to bite and just miss. Then he's going to try his claws, which are agile, and just miss. And then he's going to try... Damn it, Robin.
Why? Why?
And then he's going to do his last attack.
What did I miss?
Nothing. You're back. You're back before the attack resolved.
Yeah, nothing else happened.
It's your turn. We'll pretend those rolls didn't happen. It's the top of your turn. You missed, fumbled, but you're back, and I am a generous Tommy partially because like you might have do anything. So at the top of your turn, like I said, there are 5 mummies in your threat range. Though Zendarin cannot reach the one you bit, you can reach the one that Zendarin just pulled the rest of the brain out, and it's not looking very good.
Yeah, I want to bite that one.
All right, so we're gonna roll that again. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen because the player showed up and has a 25, which hits, and we're not gonna roll the damage because it has 4 hit points left. Flavor that kill.
All right. Well, since he's already like half his brain gone, let's just bite half the head off.
So the bear stands up on its hind legs and just comes down. It probably don't taste the best because it's old and dead and stuff, but you can definitely just... And the mummy's body just kind of falls into nothingness in the ground. And you've got 2 actions left.
Yeah, I think I will risk one more attack.
Okay. With your bite?
Yes.
Which would you like to target, the one you've been attacking or a different one?
There are a couple. Are there any ones which got burned badly nearby?
Not that you can reach. You can bite the one. The one that has
Then
taken the most damage that you can reach is the one you attacked a second ago.
Yeah. All right. Let's bite that one again.
All right, you've got a 20, and it is hit for 2d8 plus 4. Was it?
Yeah. No, +5
Plus?
because I'm in animal form.
Got it. For another 13 points of damage. It's not looking good. You take another bite out of its shank, flank, leg, somewhere, and it kind of just like kicks around a little.
All right. They taste horrible,
Probably.
but you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, you do. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I think I will not. Well, maybe. Can I use like one of my skills to try to focus their attention on me?
You could not really, because these guys don't have an intelligence score, because they're just mummies. So like you could. Well, actually, they do. Yeah, you can make an intimidate check if you'd like. You could.
Yeah,
it would just be one of them. But you can give it a shot if you want to.
Let's try to intimidate one of those who most likely would follow up on Chewie.
Okay.
Let's try to keep left on them.
All right, so you've got an 11 on that intimidate check, which is over my will DC, which fails but doesn't fumble. And then it's the mummy's turn. It should be more than that. It should be it shouldn't. It's charisma based. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. I've got 6 left. I have a brain, so I'm gonna step.
Oh, we are not quite sure about that because it might have been pulled out through your nose.
That's actually, he's not gonna step. These guys have an intelligence modifier of -2, means I have 6 intelligence. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So I'm smarter than I thought I was. All right, Chewie, you ain't getting away. Get over here. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10. They're smart enough to know fire bad, fire hurts. So they're going to focus on, this one's going to step here. 3 attacks will target Chewie, 3 attacks will target Gerard. I'm going to step here.
They're ignoring the bear, god damn it.
They are ignoring the bear because fire bad, fire hurts. Alright, so these add 8. They're just attacking once. A 10 to hit, a 21. Does a 10 fumble, Chewie?
Yeah, I have 20, so yeah.
And 21 does hit you. A 14 misses. Okay, so what happens is the one that fumbles is going to make a reflex save real quick. Because it's going to fall into the fire.
Nice.
And it fails the save on an 11. You roll your damage while I roll my damage.
Okay.
That's gonna be a lot because of that fire vulnerability.
That is true. It'll take 10 more. Now I don't feel so bad. I should have just animated the whole room. I guess the encounter's not over. There are definitely some mummies that are moving. 14, which is 24. Yeah. Flavor that kill,
I still don't know what that tingling does.
Flavor that kill, Chewie.
It falls into the fire and just turns into charcoal again. Yep.
Then I assign 12 points of damage to you, and you make a fortitude save.
It's mummy rot after all.
Yeah, it might be some mummy rot, yeah. Alright, Chewie.
Mummy rot is nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I set it to 1. Roll here.
A 15 just barely doesn't. So Chewie's ears feel a little tingly as one of these guys slaps him around a little. Then I'm going to attack. These guys should have had shields. I'm a little mad that they don't have shields, but whatever. Here come 3 attacks at Gerard. 23 to hit, 10 to hit, 12 to hit.
Double check his AC. It is a 22. His AC is. So we have a 1 hit
and 2 fumbles.
2 fumbles. Nice.
All right, fair enough. Make a fort save, Gerard, and take 8 damage.
I went to look at his fort save, and I looked at my character sheet instead.
He probably has a better con than you, I'm going to guess. Melee cleric, squishy wizard guy. A 14 fails. Gerard's feeling tingly too and takes 8 damage, and then roll the fire damage, Chewy. Roll it once. This one, I'm going to say what happens is this one fumbled, falls into the fire, and there's no way you... Don't worry about rolling the fire damage. He has 21 of 40 hit points, so he's going to take at least 10. And, well, he could do roll the fire damage. He might survive it. He does not survive it, right? Yeah, no, that's exactly enough to have killed him. Ver dead. And I'm going to say the other one provokes an attack of opportunity from Gerard. It leans a little too far forward in such a way that Gerard can like flick his wrist up and cut the mummy apart. I'm glad I added extra mummies, because it was supposed to be just 4 mummy guards, and you guys tore that encounter a new one. That was 4 dead. Well, we've got 4 more.
Well,
So do you want me to roll to hit?
oh, that's fine.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
If you would roll to hit the mummy, that would be best. Yeah, having a Serenite cleric and fire wizard have been good things. 2 good things.
Yeah.
Hell, Tugar could cast fireball.
Well, not as a bear.
Fair. No natural... No natural spell yet. A 19 hits, Chewy.
Okay. And his
Roll that damage.
It would be hilarious if they could shoot fireballs out of my bear mouth.
Natural spell is the thing. For D6
would
plus 4
also
damage,
be
Chewy.
Really scary for whatever we face.
Yeah.
I would be horrified if
Fire
I would
bear!
face a bear that could spit out fireballs.
I think
I'd
that's
be
one of the
horrified
Tane. I think that's like the
inside.
Jabberwock. I think there's something called like the Fasphere, which is like a snake bear that can do that. Anyway, it takes 9 points of damage. Duly noted. It's not looking happy. The one right in front of you.
Okay.
The one at his 9 o'clock. Zindaran, you're on. The mummies
All
are
right.
done.
Mummies are done. I'm gonna take care of this guy behind Chewy.
Okay, so before you attack, you said you were new to tabletop RPGs. Is that right?
No, I've been playing 5e for a couple of years now. I'm new to
Okay.
Pathfinder.
So I'll say at the start of your turn, because this group has been so good, and this encounter is really easy, and it kind of help a little. If you were to move right here, you'd be flanking with that mummy and could sneak attack.
Oh, that's much better. I get to use sneak attack.
You do. I want to see it happen at least once. Zindaran
Yeah.
deserves a win.
Thank you.
Got you back. So that's one action to have stepped over.
Yep, and then
I mean, he did have 2 sessions, I think, really bad luck.
Yeah.
guessing that 13 doesn't hit. I'm guessing.
13 does just miss. His armor class he's flat-footed now, so his armor class is a little
Okay.
down, but not down enough.
So -5 for a second attack.
Yep. You got it.
Oh,
Ooh, that almost fumbles. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said nothing. You missed
Hi.
twice, Chewy. What's up?
Okay. I'm going to move the fire to here to get
Alrighty.
that one.
Sounds good. Here's my reflex save. I have certainly fumbled.
Is that a...
So it's... I'll let you roll. It's a fumble, so double damage, 6d6, and he has weakness to fire 10, so add 10 to it.
Okay. 6 plus 10.
Watch him just die horribly right here. 29. Okay, he's not dead, but it doesn't look happy as the fire collides with its legs and it goes up like kindling.
Okay. And let's see. Can I still move it with more than once in a turn, or only once?
I think you can just move it the once. Let me double check for you. I forget.
Since I know it's concentration, and that's one action.
Flaming sphere. You can't concentrate on the spell to move the sphere during the round you cast it. You can direct the sphere to roll to a spot. So yeah, you could do it more than once.
Really? Doesn't it say like once per turn or something?
Oh, yeah, it does. Once per round when we went over this last session. Once per round when you concentrate on the spell you can do. So you can't do it again.
Yeah.
Got it. So I'm going to, since he's on fire, I'm going to hit this one here.
Okay, sounds good. With what?
My quarterstaff.
All right, we did it. The wizard's down to melee attacks. Make it happen.
And let's see here.
So d20 plus 5 plus your strength.
Okay, plus 5. And my strength is a 0.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
A 16 is exactly what you needed. That does hit. For 1d8 plus 0.
8.
You bop it on the leg. It takes 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
What would you like to do with your last action?
I would like to stay where I'm at right now.
All right, Gerard.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello, it's Gerard's turn. And that's you.
Oh. I'm not used to 2 players. It's like when I tried to play a summoner one time and I had an idol on. I had an idol on.
Oh, I have another thing? Great. Well, it is Gerard's turn.
Okay. He is going to hit the one right here.
Okay, understood.
And that's a
D20 plus 10.
10. There we go. It will.
Okay. So what happens?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm right here.
Hello.
Hello.
I can't hear Tommy.
Why can't you hear Tommy? Someone disconnected. Now I see Matt's chest on
we
my
lose Tommy?
OBS. We don't. Tommy's right
I
here.
can't hear him.
Why?
Well, I can't hear him either if he is talking.
Yeah. He's went silent.
I'm here.
I'm here. Can you hear me
I
now?
don't know. Hello?
Okay, so we all lost Tommy, it seems.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't.
Just give him a moment.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Maybe-
I just had to
I can
reset.
still see him. I see his lips moving.
Why can't you? I'm gonna assume
There he
someone
is.
can hear me. I'm just gonna talk. Twitch can
Yeah.
hear me. That's what's
Yeah,
important.
No, I can hear you.
So
Okay.
so we've got a natural one from Gerard, and as what happens is,
Oh, God.
I'm gonna roll a d3, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, duly noted. Nothing happens. Your first action is gone. What would you like to do next? So one thing I should note is, what was I gonna say? You're using a weapon that has sweep, which means you have a thing. I can't think what it does. Hang on, I'm looking. It's important. It's like an axe, but you have a scimitar. It means
Isn't
that
that kind of like a cleave?
when you attack with this weapon, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to your attack roll if you already attempted to attack this turn against a creature other than the target of this attack. So if you were to attack Tugar or this guy, it would be a -4, not a -5.
Yeah. So it's kind of like agile, but you can't attack the same thing.
Okay, so
And also, Scimitar has, I think it has Agile. No, they don't have Agile. They have, it also has Forceful. So if you hit, you'll do 1d6 plus 4, and then the next attack is 1d6 plus 5, then 1d6 plus 6, because you get a bonus, a +1 per die rolled that stacks up.
Okay, so sweeping gives me a +1 again, a +2.
+1. So you'd roll at a -4, not a -5. So it'd be a d10 plus 6 to attack this one.
A D10.
Or a d20, d20. Don't roll a d10. That would be bad.
Okay.
You will miss.
Now, I don't know how to do minuses on this yet.
Okay, so what happens is, I'll just type it in for the sake of time. 1d20 plus 6. Boom. And you have an 18, which does hit.
Aha. So that
Roll
is...
damage.
D6 plus 4.
Yep, second. D6.
Mhm.
Plus
4.
6.
Duly noted. The damage is assigned. It's not happy. One more action.
Alright.
I want to hit... So, if I have to hit the same target or another target?
If you want to use forceful at this point, you'd be at a -10 because you can't keep sweeping. But so you'd be you just throw the d20 and hope for the best. But you would do a d20 or a d6 plus 5. That's how much damage you do.
I think that character has a shield. You might want to raise it.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does indeed have a shield. All right, raise your shield, and it's on Tugar.
All right. What are the guys with the blue dot?
Oh, you can see the board. You're online, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the ones... Tugar would know that the ones behind you are the ones that are the most wounded. Gerard's not necessarily having trouble with these two, but they're a lot better off than the ones behind you.
Okay. So, like this one is... I don't think I can reach it, or can I?
You could step here, and then you could reach it.
Yeah. Then I would need to move...
Right. You'd be down in action.
Yeah. Although, I think those are also, like, those without blue dots are also still living.
The ones without the blue dots they're mummies that are in the room. Every square was occupied with mummies on the wall. Those are just mummies that haven't animated.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think our cleric can hold the front for now. Let's help the squishy ones behind.
Alright, do I still need to roll?
Yeah, so I will move and then roll my first attack at
And
plus 10.
it's a 15, which he's flat-footed. He has a -2. It hits. He has that many hit points, so he might survive. He won't survive unless you roll minimum. Which you
Minimum
did not.
damage.
You rolled 18. Damn, that's almost max damage. Flavor that kill if you would, my friend. Or dead he is.
He just, like, bites on his leg and then, like, rips him from his feet and slams him on the ground repeatedly.
And poof, into nothing he goes. Do you have anything you want to do with that third action?
I might want to move back to hold the front, or yeah, I think I will move back to hold the front because I assume that last one will get killed by the fire, of the flaming sphere or whatever.
That makes sense, yeah. Okay. In that case, it passes to the mummies, and they're gonna look at some stuff. They're a little more intelligent than I thought they were. So how do I? Can I do that? Can I? I cannot. I was hoping. Oh, yeah, I can. There it is. Well, I'm not trained, I don't think. If I'm trained in athletics, I can do this. Am I trained in athletics? Yes. Yes, I have a pretty good bonus, so I'm assuming I can do this. Okay, so this is targeting Gerard. The mummy is going to try to pull your shield out of your hand. This is targeting Gerard's reflex DC, and I've rolled a 17. So
okay.
as if you'd rolled 10 on a reflex save with him.
Don't want me to roll a reflex thing?
No. Actually, I'm looking at his stats. It's your reflex DC is 16 because your reflex save is 6. So that passes, but it doesn't crit. What happens is the mummy latches on to Gerard's shield and begins to pull at it. That took him one action, right? Yes, it did. Which means so it's any attempt gets a bonus. He's gonna try to do it again, and he basically has to critically succeed. He does not, so they can't stack. Oh well, he continues trying to pull Gerard's shield off, and nothing bad happens, but it definitely like it gets a pretty good hold on it, and it does its very best to try to pull that thing down. Gerard has to struggle to hang on. The second mummy's gonna try to do the same and roll exactly. Damn. So I can't quite get it, but they're coming really close. Going again, and has a natural 20. Okay, so Gerard loses his shield. The mummy, this mummy, is both of the mummies kind of like latch onto it and begin pulling, and try as he might, up until the very last end, he can't get the shield, like he retains hold of his shield, and then this mummy pulls it down. In the process of doing so, it gets a free, as your shield like clatters to the ground in your space. I'm gonna get one free attack at that bonus and have 17 to hit minus the shield, which still misses, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does.
Right. This mummy's gonna step out of the fire, because fire bad, and it's gonna try to... Actually, it's not gonna step. It's gonna move here. And it's gonna make an athletics check again, opposed by Chewie's reflex DC. I think.
That is my reflex.
No, excuse me. This is opposed by your fortitude DC, which again is as if you rolled a 10 on your fortitude.
So it's a 14.
Okay. And I add, where's my athletics again? Right there. Okay. Boom. I just need to beat a 14. I've critically succeeded with a 24. So what happens is some stuff. Oh, critical success. You push your opponent up to 10 feet back. You can move 10 feet the same direction as your opponent if you do. He's not gonna. He's pushing you into your own flaming sphere. Make a reflex save.
Well, Chewie doesn't have vulnerability to fire, so it's not that effective against him.
That's fair. It won't hurt as much. But roll reflex against your own DC, bud.
Okay. Oh, that's a D20. There we go.
Does that pass your own DC?
Yes.
Alrighty, so I believe that is probably no damage, but it might be half. Gonna double check now. On a success, the creature is unaffected. Okay, so this thing pushes you back, and it pushes you real good. It's gonna push you here. Not that it matters that much, but it is able to push you through where the flaming sphere is, but you're able to twist out of the way of it. And now it's Zendarin's turn.
Maybe the zombie misjudged and pushed him too hard, so he just flew over the sphere.
When you fall back, it pushes you so well that it bounces. Like your head lands and your ears are a little springy and just poof, over the top.
Of these remaining mummies, like how badly hurt is the one in front of me?
The most bad by far. The other two look pretty alright.
Perfect. I'm flanking this guy.
You are not. Here is flanking him. To flank, you need to draw a line between your token and the token you want to flank and someone else. So, like, for example, from here, you'd be flanking like that, but you're not flanking this way because that line doesn't cut the token. Mm-hmm. But from there, you see.
Okay. No, good to know. Then I would have moved from up here, down here.
Sure.
Now,
except if you do the shenanigans that I've planned with Kurutama. Because of that, like from every square.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the dimensional feats. An 18 does in fact hit.
Nice. Okay.
So as a level 5 rogue, you're adding... I forget. Not that much. Not as much as you used to.
I think it was 2d6.
Yep.
That sounds...
2d, so 3d6 plus dex is essentially what happens here.
Let's do it.
17 points of...
Why
would that kill?
Wasn't it? Wasn't it 6 at level 1, 2d6 at level 3, and 3d6 at level...
It's a d6 at first, a second at 5th, a third at 11th, and a 4th at 17th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you want to that kill.
So I'm coming up behind him, and I want to just like swiftly thrust forward and send the rapier through the back of this thing's head and like pierce out its eye on the other side.
And so it was.
Kick it off my blade.
And it falls in a heap, destroyed. One more action you have.
I I'm gonna take the stride action again.
Okay.
And go over here to help out Tugar with this guy.
Got it. All right, Chewy, what you got for me?
Tech team with air.
So I can't move without hitting those guys with the flaming spear.
You could. What you could do is you could move it like that.
Oh, okay. I would like to move it like that.
Alrighty, I would like to make a reflex save. I wouldn't, because reflex is my worst save. I failed. I take a bunch of damage. I didn't fumble, but it's still a fail. So you can go ahead and tack that extra 10 on if you want to. 3d6 plus 10 doesn't kill it. Well, no, that doesn't add the 10. That's just 3d6, and you rolled 6, 6, 2. So it's 24 points of damage, which still does not quite kill it. It definitely, the flaming sphere hits it in the legs as it's pulling Gerard's shield into the ground. It's leaning too far forward to catch its balance, and it goes up. It ignites. Not quite like screaming out, but pretty close. And 2 actions.
Do you have the fire-based cantrip?
Produce flame would be really good right now.
I do have produce flame.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm sure that's 2 actions, right? Produce flame. Yeah, the guy who
Semantic
used it
and vocal.
back in
verbal.
the day. Okay, understood.
You have to touch.
Sure. And you're heightening it all the way up to 5th because it's a cantrip. So it's 2d6 plus int and double damage plus 2d4 persistent fire damage on a crit. So go ahead and roll that touch.
Okay.
Man, Evoker Wizards seem really good in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and that makes me really happy. As much as I like the hold person meta of 1E and how you can abuse it to coup de grace things, this is sweet. Things are burning. A 12 just doesn't hit, though. Right? Let me double check. Yeah, you just miss. It hits him, but it hits him in a part of his body that's you literally couldn't char it more if you tried. Gerard. Chewy's Eidolon.
Yes, my Eidolon. So, my Eidolon would like to use his sword again.
Alrighty.
Probably get the one that's almost dead.
Yeah, the one in front of you is not looking good.
Yeah, I'm hitting that.
Okay. Alright.
What?
A 12 misses.
Okay. And I'm going to use my set turn to hit that one.
Okay. D20 plus 6. Sweeping away. I have to look awkwardly to see over my screen. Oh, does it hit? Does it hit? 12 continues to miss.
Can I pick up his shield?
Yes, that'd be your last action, to reach down and grab his shield. And you do so, and Tugar, you're up.
Alright. I will try to bite the one that's almost dead.
Okay.
That's badly scarred.
You definitely can do so. Oh, yeah, I gotta roll. I'm sitting here waiting.
Yeah.
21 hits. It has 3 hit points. You can't not play for that kill.
He just knocked it over into the flaming sphere.
Fair enough. You kind of you go to bite, and you just kind of like a cat. You just beep, and in he goes. Dead mummy. One left.
Well, let's attempt another attack at -5.
Alrighty, here comes a bite. At a -5, it is a natural 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll another d3. Okay, duly noted. We don't need to worry about that. That's a secret number that will help us later. You have one more action.
Alright. I think I won't do anything more with that action.
Okay. In that case,
usually I would try to intimidate, but there's only one, so...
That's fair. So the last mummy is gonna stride 5, 10, 15, 20. Make an athletics check over the fort DC of Gerard. And I've rolled a 10, which is bleh. That doesn't get me anywhere. I'm going to try it again. I have nothing left to lose. A 20 is better, though. A 20 gets that.
Yeah, and it has to get add an 18 in that, so yeah.
So Gerard needs to make a reflex save. Versus that flaming sphere. That's basically what we're trying to do. We're just going to into the fire.
Okay, his reflex. He's got good reflex, in my opinion.
Does he? Is it looking good? He adds +6.
22.
Is that good enough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It is good enough. I have a 20. He has to beat.
Gotcha. All right, Zindarin, what's up? One more mummy. It pushes Gerard into the flame, but as Gerard contacts the flame, there's a, like, the fire of the flaming sphere goes from red to, like, a golden white as the grace of Sarenrae prevents the fire from harming one of her own.
You
That's on
know
Zindarin.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
You should go
The
there.
1d3.
I should go there.
Yeah, because you'd have a flank
Uh-huh.
like that.
And then I'm gonna break out this D20. 18 again,
You got it.
which I know hits.
Yeah. Backstabbing all day long.
Yes.
For 12 damage. You got it. Still kicking, though.
Okay.
Just don't get too much into the backstabbing. If you start backstabbing your group, they're gonna get angry.
Ah,
Yeah.
nah, you gotta save me from quicksand.
That they did. That they did.
That earns you certain loyalty.
That's fair. So Zendarin has one more action. If you would like to
oh,
try to shank a thing.
Yes. Let me
So
try that again.
at +5 to hit. And he's flat footed.
Yes. Okay. 18 is my number tonight.
It is. It continues to hit.
Nice.
For 70, damn. Okay, so I had been kind of worried, you know, to speak in meta, about how the rogue had been nerfed a lot in the playtest because you have less sneak attack dice. But when you have 3 attacks in a round, if all 3 of them hit, a 5th level rogue is doing 6d6 sneak attack, whereas he'd be doing just 3 in a round. So you seem to, like, when you're hitting, you come out ahead. I realize that now.
That's the pain of rogues in the other game, which I shall not be mentioned on something Paizo watches. But like as long when you hit, you do like great numbers because sneak attack, all those extra d6s. When you miss, you feel completely useless. You don't get an extra attack. So I kind of like I see the benefits, the upside here.
I do too. I get it now. The reason our rogue in min-maxing for fun and profit was an arcane trickster was because I felt like that might be the better way to do it, and it's still good. But that's a lot of d6s. Anyway, Chewy, I'm just gonna say that it has 1 hit point. It's at 39 out of 40.
I would like to move my flaming sphere towards it.
Fair enough. I was hoping you'd run up and try to quarterstaff it to death is why I said that. But all right, fine. There's a 10. It's flavor that kill. I have 1 hit point.
Yeah.
It disintegrates as it like reaches out to try to get somebody as it just falls apart in fire.
Duly noted. And that is the end of initiative. The mummies are defeated. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
I still have a bad feeling about the 1d3 you rolled.
Good.
I said, that guy I think is still alive. He looked just frozen as I pointed to the guy.
Duga would like to check himself because he got hit by a zombie and he got a weird tingling feeling.
That's fair. Yeah, some time passes. Chewy needs to make this fort save as well. Chewy and Tugar both make a quick fortitude save. Tugar's
Would you roll
got...
that for me?
Is there... You probably pass. You critically succeed. So Tugar shakes it off. Tugar, like... You don't critically succeed, Chewy. You're not that cool, but you do succeed. So what happens is Tugar looks down, checking himself over, and he realizes that the fur on his forelegs, where the mummy had struck him, has begun to rot off, and he's like, oh, need to get out of this form. And you quickly you don't waste the shift if you don't want to waste it. So it's just kind of like you shift that arm into an orc arm and then back into a bear. And no mummy rot for you. Chewie passes but doesn't critically succeed. What's the duration on this bad boy?
Nice.
The disease actually, yeah, you crit. We'll say normally the disease can't be healed until the curse is first counteracted, but you crit, so it's fine. Chewie, on the other hand, just passes. He does not critically succeed. He realizes the same thing. Bits of his ears have begun to rot away, but it doesn't seem to hurt yet. Anywho,
My precious ears.
yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be harder to wear earrings when your ears start rotting away.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well,
What's
maybe
next?
ask the cleric to check that out.
Yeah, that guy.
Let's see if he has medicine.
It's got to be some sort of magic containment because he didn't wake up when the mummies did.
Yeah. Well, the question also is, do we want to wake him up?
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean, we know that we don't want to hit him with a fireball because of some kind of meta knowledge, but I mean, do we in character have any idea that we might want to get that guy out of the stasis?
Make a quick perception check.
can we perceive whether
Would
he's
you
a
roll
good
that for
dude?
me?
Yeah,
Perceive
yep.
if he's cool.
That's what's happening. And it's a 7 from Tugar, who gets 17. So it's 15 to 17 so far.
Come on, someone breaks the 20. Breaking 20 is
22.
always good. That's good.
And a 16. Okay, so it's just whichever of Matt's rolled the 22. There's supposed to be a mask on this guy, but his art didn't have a mask, so I removed the mask, and now I see the mask was important. So what's going to happen is, actually, everybody gets this. Everybody looks up at the man, and there's faint, magical, shimmering distortions around the man, and it's like that magic seems to be the magic that's holding him in place.
Okay.
It's 22 is it? That 22 isn't relevant. Yeah, it is. The 22 is a critical success. Okay, so Chewie, was it Chewie or was it Gerard who got the 22?
It was Chewy.
Okay, so Chewie from the back realizes that magic has decayed quite a bit over the years, and you think what was supposed to happen was if he had a mask or something, you could take it off and he'd be good, but just touching him is enough.
You can, guys. If you touch him, he'll wake up. The magic is very weak.
The question is, do we want to wake him up?
I'm just gonna do
I
it.
don't want to find out that this.
I'm doing it.
All right. So when Zendarin moves up and touches the magic shimmers away, and he make an acrobatics check. Zendarin and Gerard both. As this happens, the remaining mummies also just kind of fall in a heap on the ground.
If we die, I'm not sorry.
Yes, you are.
If it turns out that this doomsday clock was ticking down to the time when that guy wakes up and you woke him up early.
I mean, then we'll know and we can stab him. Violence is always the answer.
Yeah, welcome to Pathfinder. 11 is not good enough from Gerard. I need a... Is that the... Boom. Okay. Praise be to the rogue god. Okay, so as this man goes down, Gerard can't quite, like, he stumbles forward trying to, like, instinctively grab him, but it's Zendarin just gets, like, right under his shoulder. And he, instead of crashing to the ground, he kind of just slumps forward. You've also natural 20'd... That 3 is a number that will help us later. Okay, so...
backflip into a pile of gold.
If this was a long-form game, yes, you would. But in the playtest where these characters are almost done with, it'd be kind of arbitrary. Anywho, so as this guy collides with Zendara, he's... looks around. Is it only Chewie that speaks Ancient Osiriani, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so he looks around and his eyes are really wide for a second, and then they kind of like he sees you, sees Gerard right next to him, and he begins to take the room in, and his eyes get even wider. I'm reading. Oh man, this guy has actually kind of a sad story that's about to happen to him. You guys can tell this guy, whoever he is, he's probably spent since the Age of Legends, which was thousands of years ago, in stasis here, and no time has passed for him. It's not hard. Chewie, get your butt in the room. It's not hard for everybody to realize that this guy has a lot of difficult emotional ordeals in front of him. He looks around, and in ancient Assyriani, only Chewie understands, speaking to... I don't know what an elf is. They didn't live in Assyrian in the Age of Legends, I don't think. So that's even weirder. To say nothing of the bear, who's now a green person.
Oh, he's never seen a half-orc before either.
Speaking at Gerard, because Gerard makes the most sense. But only Chewie understands it. Who is the current pharaoh? What year is it? He's shaking a little, and like as he gets off Zendar, and the dude's not doing well.
Phrasing.
Hey, creepy.
What year is it though?
The current year is. I have to mark that so I can cut that out. Thanks. The appropriate response was that's what she said, and I'm not going to cut it out. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Everyone knows that I wasn't terrible, except for Jessup, apparently. The current year, Chewie, the only person who understands, also make a society check, is, I'll tell you in just a sec, because that is in the book. Society's check from Chewie.
I want to say.
Okay,
Kill it. Natural 20. I believe in you.
A 16 is good enough. The current year is 4709 AR, but from his reckoning, AR means nothing. He's from the Age of Legends, which is that's like time immemorial. In his time,
do we know that?
Chewie does. Chewie can interpret from his the fact that he's speaking ancient Assyriani, which he understands, means that he has to have come from that time. The gods you worship didn't exist. The nations that you guys live in didn't exist. This is a whole new world.
But can probably tell him how many years have passed, roundabout. Not exactly. Yeah. But he can tell him, oh yeah, you were, in stasis for, 10,000 years or something.
Yeah.
I say to him in ancient Assyriani, it has been many, many years. There is no current pharaoh right now.
That's not true. The current pharaoh of Assyrian is the Ruby Prince Kemet III. But Assyrian used to cover, you guys are in Katapesh right now. It used to cover, all of the northwestern part of Garund. Now it's just, where Egypt is on the map, essentially.
Okay.
Empire has fallen on hard times.
Yes, it has.
The current pharaoh is Ruby's... What? The name that you said.
Fair enough.
Whatever you said.
Whatever God said. That's the one.
The pharaoh is what the god says.
Okay. You say this, and he moves over to Chewie. As he does, he'll move over here. He doesn't want to stand in the fire. As he does, without making a roll, Gerard knows, based on looking in that guy's eyes and his facial expression, that he's going to go through a lot of emotional trauma, and it's, by the powers vested in me by Paizo Productions, it's anathema if you don't help him. Because he's not necessarily undead or whatever, but Sarenrae is the god of mercy and healing, and he's on his own. This guy's going to spiral through a lot of depression and anxiety and everything in between. He moves over to you, Chewie, and he leans, yeah, I know, right? He leans down and just, what are you?
I am what they call a goblin.
What is that?
Person now. I can't understand what you're saying.
I
Sorry.
say, it's me. We're small and green.
I see.
We got
Well, you can see.
Why am I not in this
and,
book? I should be in this book.
and then I say, he's an elf and he's what they call a half-orc. He's half human, half orc.
I see.
Well, he doesn't know what
I
the
don't think he knows
human
what
is, and he probably
are.
doesn't know what the dog is.
Because
That's
orcs
super
lived
helpful.
underground back then.
Yeah, they did. Orcs definitely lived underground. So, and I think goblins didn't. No, goblins did not. Okay, so the man leans down and just, you are goblin. And he points at Zendar and just, elf.
Yes.
Half orc. I
Half
see.
orc.
Perhaps time has passed and you have not seen my kind. I am genie kind. I am a Johnny. My name is... I must open Doomsday Dawn. I forget. My name, and he, kind of reaches out a hand to not necessarily shake Chewie's, but, grab him by, the forearm and do that kind of shake, like that bro shake, just... My name is Mabar.
Hello, no.
Mabar.
My name is Chewie.
Is that because it is easy to swallow your kind if we wish to eat you? I do not understand. It has been several thousand years since naming conventions, you see.
This is a very good
It was
question.
the name my parents decided to give me, and a lot
It's
of wild
probably-
animals have tried to eat me since then.
I see.
You think that was
Maybe it's because he got
intentional?
into trouble a lot, so people keep chewing him out.
I have
damn
a
it.
question. Is this conversation still happening in ancient Osirian?
Yes. So Chewie has to translate the whole thing if the party wants to be brought in. Well,
I'm
actually,
telling you-
he looks around. Mabar looks around and he. Does anyone in the party speak Auran?
No,
Okay.
I think don't.
I'm just hoping that he can cast comprehend languages for me at some
I
point.
don't have
He-
comprehend language.
Can I cast that? I'm a magical thing.
Yeah, you're genie, man. Genie up some
I cannot.
Some
That is not on my spell
Google
list.
Translate.
I say,
Like-
I say to him, I shall translate for you. I don't think these people understand your language, but I do.
I see. What is it you are doing here? Tularsef's tomb seems, and he looks around the room, forgotten. Unfinished. Why are you here?
Tell him about the Doomsday clock.
We were here to investigate a clock that was counting down before a dark group gets a hold of it.
I see.
There are dark secrets in here.
Unfortunately,
And
I know not what you speak of. Tular Seft was once my friend, and he imprisoned me here, stealing my natural magic to use towards realizing his ambitions.
That
Perhaps it has
sounds
some
like-
connection to the dark places between the stars. Once his mind became enthralled with the dark places between the stars, all people became but tools to him.
This was your
I got the-
friend?
Yeah, I gotta
I
say
translate that.
that's a shitty kind of friend.
I mean,
Why
Is-
did he?
maybe that happens a lot when you're genie. I guess. No, that's still kind of a dick move. Chewie, can you translate that was kind of a dick move?
I say that. I translate that. That's kind of a dick move. What he did to you.
Indeed. Kind of a dick move. I assume that means kind of a bad thing. I do
Yes,
not understand this modern
that's
turn of phrase.
Chewie, explain to him that's the term for betrayal these days.
It's the term for betrayal.
And
We're gonna have a lot of
that is
fun with
indeed
this.
what happened.
It's great. When we teach him how to speak our language, we will totally mess him up.
Yes.
Nope. Yep. We'll get the hang of it eventually.
Oh, he will.
Also, shouldn't we make sure that he doesn't have a mental breakdown? I mean, he's currently acting fine.
The mental breakdown, you guys can tell the mental breakdown is it's gonna happen. It's kind of sort of in the process of happening.
This is a lucid moment between nervous breakdowns.
Pretty much. And
I mean,
it would be
I
exacerbated
feel-
if you left him alone, or had he come to and been attacked by you guys, etc., etc. Since he's got people to talk to, he seems okay. But again, there's no way at all that he's gonna get through the next few months just unscathed after all this.
I'm going to just say now, nobody point out or remind him that all his friends are dead. I think that.
Yeah, and his family. And
yes.
all people he ever loved.
Exactly. That's exactly the sort of thing we shouldn't be talking about
Accurate.
out loud.
Yeah, yep. That sounds like a sensible idea.
Yeah.
Mabar continues looking at Chewie, because Chewie's the only one he can understand.
Well, maybe it sounds like that the bad guys might be looking for whatever his frenemy, or however you want to call that, did, because that whatever his ex-friend did sounds pretty bad, and the guy seem to be after something that's also pretty bad.
That
So
tracks.
he was obsessed with the stars, the darkness between them.
That is correct.
What is
I
there?
don't-
Do you
I don't know stars.
I do not know, other than that there are things that dwell there that can infect the mind and transform the soul. My friend became infected by these entities in this way, and I can only hope that in death he escaped their clutches.
Sounds like the whole staring into the abyss and the abyss stares into you kind of thing.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep. Almost exactly that, I guess.
Well, except in his case, it was probably more like staring into the void, and the void stares back into you.
Abyss and void are somewhat interchangeable.
Not in the universe where the abyss is the chaotic evil afterlife, and the void is where
Right.
the Cthulhu monsters live.
Okay, that's true.
I mean,
He's like,
I'm just saying, because like the space between the stars, that pretty much sounds like void.
Yeah.
Accurate.
yes.
Well, isn't it called?
Wait. I made a joke at the end of the first thing about Cthulhu.
And through that, an episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship was requested.
And now this Doomsday Clock, someone who saw some outer space stuff that made him go crazy.
Mhm.
1 + 1 does equal
And-
2.
I'm just wondering here. Is it like so
Well-
actual?
There certainly are eldritch abominations out there.
Yes. Chewie, can you see what else we can get out of this guy? What else does he know?
Well, what? Do you know what your friend's plan was? Your ex-friend. What was his goal with this power he stole from you?
I am unsure. When we first met, he was studying the elemental planes and the connections between those and this material plane. He was respected and wealthy, and he was a dear friend to me. This tomb was my monument to the man he was, but when his eyes peered away and peered towards darker realms, that all ended. I don't know the man interred here.
I say in common. Do you guys have any questions you want to
Yes.
ask him? I'll translate for you.
I do. I
Where's the
would-
money?
Typical rogue.
Classic
Well,
rogue.
I would like to know if he knows what kind of dangerous things might be in here. I'm not sure if those that cult that wants to get in here, which we try to prevent, was after him or something else that's in here. Like whatever it is, we want to keep it from them because they want to do bad with it.
Okay, I point to you and then I say in ancient Assyrian, he wants to know, is there anything dangerous in here? Anything bad
It can be used for evil.
or evil?
Okay, Mabar's gonna make himself an Arcana check. Because that's not necessarily something that I have just immediate access to. Boom. Mabar has a 29. I would assume that anyone who would want to inter themselves such as this would leave many wards to protect themselves, and I assume you have fought through most of them. You are, in fact, at the end of the tomb, and he, as you say this, Mabar moves towards this wall over here. Tular Seft's body, I believe, is beyond this wall.
Oh.
Keep the door!
Ziggurador! This hidden door leads to a chamber meant to be his resting place. I will open it for you. And he moves up to the wall and like tags the side of it. As he does so, the wall like comes up. Though I dread what you might find.
Was he in possession of some kind of super dangerous artifact?
I do not.
Did he
I must wait for Chewie. I do not understand, Tukar.
Did he own any artifacts? Any powerful ones?
It could.
Not like what you speak of, though I assume if he did, they will be with his body.
Yeah.
And he moves out of the way of the door, and at this point, Mabar gets really quiet. He moves next to these three mummies here that have collapsed, and he just kind of sits down and stares at the floor.
I have the move. I have my Eidolon move over here and like pat him on his shoulder, so like it'll be okay.
It's okay. We will just get him on drugs and he will forget all about that stuff.
They didn't have Zoloft 3,000 years ago.
Can I make a perception check?
Why, yes, you may. He doesn't really respond to Gerard's like shoulder tapping. He kind of just like shrugs his shoulders a little. Anyway, perception check is definitely something you can make. It's a 22 already. This tiny bleak chamber has unfinished stone walls. One wall is lined with shelves filled with musty leather-bound books. In the center of the room, an ancient mummified body sits at a stone-topped table, posed as if in meditation or study. Iron bars hold the preserved corpse in place, with cuffs holding its moldering hands on either side of a massive gemstone, within which glowing hieroglyphs shift and change.
I want to make
About you must wait! I will target you. Thank you.
Okay.
A brace across the front of the body holds the face forward, staring at the far wall with empty eye sockets. On that wall, a large ornate mirror frame is filled with a sheet of absolute darkness. Black beyond night. And you've made a perception check. It was a 22. You probably find some stuff. You don't get any other information at the moment.
Okay.
Not absolute darkness. Don't stare into it.
I said, Zindon, can you come over and check for traps?
Yeah, no. Come over here. That's thievery, right?
Yeah, it could be. Doesn't look like there's anything. At least not in terms of like step here, oops, you get shocking grasped.
I walk in the room cautiously.
Okay, sounds great.
Never.
You enter the room, nothing bad happens yet. I will, really quickly, I'm going to move Chewie here, and I'm going to do some doodling. This is the square where Tular Seft's body sits. This square has that mirror.
What's in the middle there?
That is the stone. It looks like it's supposed to be a sarcophagus. That's weird for how they describe it, but it is what it is. The middle is just a stone table.
Okay.
Tommy, could you move Tugar's token into the room
Bam.
for me? Nice. Thank you. Now I can see.
You can. You did it.
All right. Well, the mummy guy looks kind of scary.
Yeah.
He's like face down.
He's not. It looks like he's face down. The map is inaccurate. I noticed that now. This square right here is where his body is, and like I said, he holds a. It's kind of like the size of an egg, but like as a humongous egg-sized gemstone with glowing hieroglyphs shifting around on it.
Okay.
Can I
So
read that over?
that's like the kind of thing where you don't even need like detect magic to tell it's magical.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like screams at you that it's magical.
Yeah.
But maybe Chewie could still use some identifying magic
Yeah.
Okay.
before we touch that and end the world or something.
Okay, that's fair.
You don't
You
want
guys
to
are
like
so
touch that
paranoid about the world ending.
What kind of check is that, Chewie?
Arcana.
What are you targeting?
I'm targeting the Sorry, I didn't get a
Bless you.
thing. Okay.
targeting the object.
Which
Yeah,
object?
The egg.
The orb?
The egg? Okay, so then targeting the egg, it's an Arcana check. It doesn't take much especially for Chewie to figure out, because he looks at the thing and the hieroglyphs moving around are the same as in that room behind you. Their numbers counting down. This is the countdown clock that you've been looking for.
Okay, and we're supposed to bring it to the Palatine Eye.
Yes, this is since you guys have done as good as you have, booking it through with the help of the druid, getting this countdown clock, unless there's anything else you want to do, here is the end of Impale Mountain Shadow.
Awesome.
There's more than enough time. It's been 6.5 of the 9 days. With Tugar's help, you can make it back long before the Night Heralds would get through the front of the dungeon. They'll come up empty-handed.
And we left them a fire and air elemental to deal with.
That's
That'll be
accurate.
nice.
So the first question I have before we actually end it is, does anyone else want to search this room? Actually, without a perception check, you guys can tell that there's enough stuff here that this is the treasure room. That carrying all this treasure is gonna encumber you guys in such a way that the Night Heralds might catch up. My second question is, what do we do about Mabar? If he stays here and does nothing and is sad, and he is sad boy for 2.5 days, the Night Heralds are gonna show up, and it'll be just him and a couple of elementals.
I say we take Mubar and bring him back with us. Let him get reacquainted to the world, do whatever he wants. Hopefully not go crazy.
New world.
Hopefully not go crazy and try and take over and destroy the place and all that.
Okay. So Chewie, if you would like to, as the only one who can speak to Mabar, it's up to you.
Would you like to come with us? We can show you the world, be your guides.
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
I can show you the world.
Now that it's not covered in Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
A 23 is good enough. Mabar looks up at Chewie, and he's kind of, at this point, he's slumped down, and when he looks up at Chewie, his head is level with Chewie's. I think I would like that.
Nice.
And he stands up, makes ready to leave. So the last question becomes, do you guys want to loot that room?
No. I'd rather dodge the Night Heralds and get paid for the job.
One vote no?
Yeah. I mean, you might be able to pick up some of the more valuable, less heavy things.
We're not coming back to these guys.
That's fair.
We shouldn't take tons of gold coins which weight you down. It's are there some gems? You can take those.
I honestly, after the failures this character has forced me to endure, I don't really care for his future monetary stability and happiness.
That's fair.
Or anything.
Is that the consensus of the party?
People in this party need psychological help.
That quicksand has destroyed his confidence. Will never be the same. I can tell you that.
That's fair. It's not just Mabar that's leaving this AP scarred. Okay, so if that's consensus, I'm gonna tip the fourth wall a little bit and tell you guys what you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind a +2 scimitar with 4 jewels inside it that you can spend 10 minutes activating the cast endure elements without investing it. A lesser staff of fire, a scroll of gust of wind, a scroll of stone skin. Those books are invaluable to the esoteric order of the Palatine Eye. helping them prepare for their continuing operations against the Night Heralds.
Wait, no.
It has been declared. It has been declared. A lot of these books are really big and are one bulk each. So and there's 30 of them. So you'd be weighing yourself down. That mirror. I'm just gonna tip it all. Why not? The frame on the wall, that mirror, was once a focus for a scrying ritual that Tular had used right before he died, hoping that his soul would go through it into the dark tapestry. That link is mostly faded, but enough remains that it could frighten you on a failure. It could confuse you for 1d6 rounds at DC 7. That's not right, is it? Yep.
Actually, one thing, I don't actually care about taking much things, but I probably would want to destroy a lot of those things.
Okay.
Because I don't want to leave it behind for the guys.
Okay. So then in that case,
My fire orb?
You can, sure, that's fine. The idea is to not look in the mirror. Chewie can just kind of take the flaming sphere and just whack it into the mirror, and that's enough to melt it. Destroyed forever, which means you can't sell it for, how much was it? It was worth quite a bit. That was the most expensive thing in the room.
It's fine. It's fine. They're about saving the world, not about getting rich.
Well, speak for yourself, sir.
Well, I don't care.
That mirror was worth 1,250 gold, but it's at bulk 4 and super awkward to carry. Anyway, I digress. It's irrelevant. God. The 5 of you, including Mabar, you leave. Mabar steps out into the sun for the first time in thousands of years. And you guys have enough of a head start that even fumbling a bunch down the mountains, you are able to, you beat the Night Heralds by a mile, getting back to the town from the beginning, and which is sad because the head of the Night Heralds in this part of the AP was in fact an anti-paladin, and we don't get to see how those work, but that's okay. I forgive you guys.
Next time
she's gonna level up. Congratulations to everyone. Anywho, you guys get back to Calmoraine and you get back to Kamisora Vord, and a lot of this is when you guys get back, the first thing she just, well done, thank you, and she takes the egg. Mabar immediately gravitates to her. She speaks ancient Assyrian and just, you are a Johnny, are you from the tomb? And they Mabar begins spewing just everything he knows about Age of Legends Assyrian. Obviously, his presence is going to be of great help to the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye.
Yeah. See, we didn't need those books. He didn't have any bulk.
We have a living book.
Yeah, you do. And he's just as he and Kamisora are talking, just, I'm thankful that you sent someone to the tomb. And there was enough diplomacy checks. He's not supposed to have much desire to stick around, but he will join the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye, and we'll probably see him again. In addition, Kamisora looks at all of you, just, the services you have performed, I don't know why, well, she's Ustalavic, she's Eastern European, whatever, she's Egyptian now. The services you have performed for the Order are beyond invaluable. Thank you so much. I would like to extend an offer to all 4 of you. Though the Serenite seems a little not lucid at the moment. We'll study this clock. We will learn when this countdown ticks down. Surely more dangers await. I would like to extend an invitation to the 4 of you to join the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye and fight against the coming darkness.
Their goals align with Tuga's goals to uphold balance in nature, so that seems quite well fitting for him.
Okay.
And I join up with them.
I have one request.
Yes.
If I am to join your order. Wherever you send me or station me or need me, please make sure there is no sand, any type, any quality, any variation, or I'm gone.
Of course.
And I don't mean gone as in leaving. I mean I'm probably going to die.
Of course, my friend. And that concludes part 2 of Doomsday Dawn. Congratulations, guys. Well done. I hit my mic. Well done. Well fought. You would have been fighting, I guess I'll tip the fourth wall a little more. Henna, the anti-paladin, is a 5th level anti-paladin. She had a 1 rogue, 1 cleric, and 1 wizard with her, and they would have come through that door and you'd have fought and stuff. But with the druid in the squad, there's no way. There was no way. So the next part of Doomsday Dawn will kick off next week. We'll kick off a fair at Somberfell Hall, which puts the party at level 7.
We did it.
Takes place 2 years later. The only character... Well, I guess, technically these are supposed to be new characters, but they're characters who have joined the Esoteric Order of Palatini. So if we want to see Chewie or Zendarin or Ethan or Nathanos or whoever, they certainly could come back. I will... since Anthony's not here and since 2 more people will be joining us, I'll put the roll-up stuff in Discord. Actually, you know what? Really quickly, I am going to go to YouTube and I'm gonna, while I'm in Roll20, let's go ahead and announce who's joining, shall we? That'll be fun. That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna put it in the place where you put things. Damn it, I cannot think words right now. I'll put it in the next Pathfinder playtest video. Not the one that comes out tomorrow, but the one that comes out on Tuesday where we talk about all the new archetypes and stuff. So let me grab... What does Assurance assure? In the Pathfinder playtest, we're going to play the counting game. I have Mac wanted to join. He's a patron. He gets 2 entries. Stop playing that music. Oh, got to do some scrolling. Let's see here. I got to go to Doomsday Dawn giveaway. It was Mac and Adam both wanted to join. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the dice roll. We'll add them in. Then I have 1 more patron, someone who became a patron over this. So 5 or 6 grabs CS Bruce. Oh, I said CS Bruce. It's RS Bruce. I'm the worst ever. I have to fix that in my video, and I will. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Doing some scrolling. 7, I think he was in. Yeah. Alex couldn't make it. 8, 9. Doing some more scrolling. I think Eric wanted it, didn't he? Oh, did he make a second comment? Damn it, Eric, where are you? I know you said something about it's in a different comment. So 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, I assume, woo, Doomsday Dawn! That's probably I want to play. I'm assuming. 11, 12, Patrick couldn't make it. 12, okay, so there are 12. So I'm gonna roll a d12. May the force be with you guys. I've rolled an 8, so that's none of the patrons, but the second one down is, oh, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Oh well, it'd be sweet though.
Check it out.
X Kellek X. I think I'm saying that right. XKELLEKX. Congratulations, you're playing Doomsday Dawn, and the next one is a 5 or a 6, so that's RS Bruce. RS Bruce, Kellek X. I will message you guys. Hit me up on Facebook and or Tumblr or Twitter or the social media of your choice. We'll get you to Discord, and that's all we have for today. Part 2 is over. Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, Robin, Anthony, RS Bruce as well, and Justin, thanks for your support on Patreon. Matt, thanks for hanging out and breathing air. I feel bad because all my groups lately have been patron, and then +1. So I have to hey, thanks for being here. I feel like I'm leaving you out. Oops, a daisy. But that's all we have. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye-bye. Stop streaming. Stop.